Recording in progress.
Right. So these are the acharyas. Again, I'll repeat the name. They come under Guru Parampara: Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are all actually have proven, and they have given in their different spiritual books and whatever interferences they have taken from the spiritual journey. That he says, they all say that Supreme Personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna himself. And he is accepted as such in Brahma Samhita. Another book is Brahma Samhita, and all the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, known as Bhagavad Puran, Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam. So this book has actually a lot of people don't know the difference of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita is a single book where there are 18 chapters and 700 shlok. Bhagavatam is referred to as Sri Krishna himself, and there are 18 different books, and there are more than 18 or 17,000 shlokas in that. And every book is referred to as one part of Krishna. Like the first skand is referred to as feet, the second skand. So there are 18 skand. So it is every book is referred to as one body part of Krishna, and it is definitely more pious. But it is said that the eligibility to read Bhagavatam is first to read Bhagavad Gita. So yes, the verses are coming from Bhagavatam Puran also. We have already understood in last few sessions that Bhagavad Gita was not told only first time to Arjun. It was told to Manu. Manu explained to Ikshvaku, and in that way the disciple succession, one speaker after another, this yoga system has been coming down, but in the course of time it has become lost. Consequently, the Lord has to speak it again, and this time it was given to Arjun on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He tells Arjun that he is relating the supreme secret to him because Arjun is his devotee and his friend. So here we clearly understand that one eligibility to understand Bhagavad Gita is we have to surrender, we have to become his devotee and become his friend. Only then we can understand, and God will willingly come and help us, give us that minute intelligence to even understand these scriptures. The purport of this Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is specially meant for the devotee of the Lord. There are three classes of transcendentalists named Jnani, Yogi, and Bhakta. So whoever comes to Lord either comes in the seek of knowledge, or comes in the seek of balanced life, which is Yogi, or he is a devotee and he comes in the seek of love and affection and surrender. So these are the three categories of people generally who come to God, seeking according to their different gunas. The meditator and the devotee here, the Lord clearly tells Arjun that he is making him the first receiver of new parampara. This is disciplic parampara because the old succession was broken. It was only the Lord wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god to others. And this was his wish that his teachings is to be distributed anew by Arjun. So it is God who will choose you as a medium. When we become a medium for somebody like, Sarath was helping me during Shivratri. So we were discussing that, it is chosen by God in terms of who will become your spiritual medium to kind of give you that enlightenment. So here, Krishna has chosen Arjun to become the medium to distribute this knowledge across the universe or the cosmos and re-establish the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. He wanted Arjun to become the authority and understand the Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjun specially because Arjun was a devotee of Lord and a direct student of Krishna, his intimate friend. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjun. That is to say, he must be a devotee in the direct relationship with the Lord. So one is, I am reading out, I am just reading it as a parrot because the books are written by the acharyas. But at the end of the day, to understand the knowledge, we have to have the direct relationship with Lord Krishna. So that is also mentioned here. As soon as one becomes the devotee of Lord, it can be, there are many relationships which we can establish. One is as a friend, one is as a relative, we can make him father or we can become son. The other is Sankhya Yoga. I mean, Sankhya Yoga is the same friendship. There are five ras in which we can become relative. I mean, we can establish a relation with him. As we move forward, we will learn. So just try to, one can be to begin with surrender, that, okay, I surrender. My knowledge, my intelligence is very limited. Help me understand this. So we can begin with this till we establish our relation with him, because establishing relationship goes quite it takes some time, right? The page I am presenting, is it not visible to everybody?
I guess you have not shared the correct page. I can see the folder Bhagavad Gita as it is in English.
Abhi, is it better? Oh, from this time you were not able to say.
Yes, it's coming now.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. So yeah, I mean, again, there are five pointers in which state we can understand any of the spiritual knowledge. So everything and anything is coming from the supreme knowledge from the universe. And I will tell you, when we talk about universe, or when we talk about cosmos, or we talk about spiritual energies, these are all working in the sanrakshan of Lord Krishna. So he regulates. We have learned, right? There are spiritual energies and material energies. Material energies had five forms: earth, water, air, ether, and fire. And the three were on the subtle body, which was mind, intelligence, and false ego. So these are material energies. It was there, Bhinna Prakriti Ashtadha. There was a shloka which we have taken in last session. And on the other side is spiritual energy. These spiritual energies, on the lowest form, is human soul, human body, जो soul होता है, because these souls are eternal. This soul is actually utilizing the material energy. So it is called like we use them. Actually, it is called that we exploit them. Ideal word which is used in shloka is we exploit them. So everything which comes on the spiritual grounds or spiritual form is regulated by a supreme controller. May it be the adequate amount of oxygen in the air, may it be the sun rising from eternal time on the same time, may it be gravitational force, may it be the law of karma, and so many things. So everything is, if there is something which exists, there is a controller. And Bhagavad Gita establishes Krishna as the controller. So, what are the five ways in which we can actually go and surrender to Him? One can be a devotee in a passive state. That means I directly don't establish a relationship, but I am a devotee. I believe that, yes, He is the controller. Second, he may be a devotee in an active state. Now I have a relationship. As I care for my son, or as I care for my father, or friend, or some of them also take them as their soulmate, or like gopis we see in Vrindavan has taken him as a soulmate. That whatever relationship is only for this birth, but relationship with Krishna is eternal. So that is also there. Friend you can take, parent you can take, and conjugal lover. So these are five examples given here, but there is no limit to it. These are only examples. We can establish any relationship with him and try to surrender to get the best knowledge. Arjun was in relationship with Lord as a friend. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between this friendship and the friendship found on material world. I don't think so. I have to go deep into it. But every friendship on this material earth, it is said in Bhagavad Gita as we move forward, has got some or the other selfish attire to it. Everybody has some selfish, even how much ever pure they look, how much ever it could be also from the sense of helping somebody, but that is also a selfish attire is coming there. But this relationship with the between Krishna and Arjun is very different from the relationship in this material world. This is transcendental friendship which cannot be had by everyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with Lord, and that relationship is evoked by the perfection. Now this is a beautiful thing said here. We all on this earth, with whatever number of souls are there, it is established in Bhagavad Gita that we have relation with Krishna because we are a part and parcel of him. we are coming from his particle or parcel, it is said. We'll understand how Lord Vishnu, when he is there in his yoga nidra, how the souls are coming out and erupted, and how again everything goes back in him during the demolition of the universe. But every soul goes with a subtle wish which was left unfulfilled. And that subtle wish, when it goes within Vishnu, it remains as it is. And when again the universe is created, every soul is released from within, and that subtle wish is always there. So the next birth comes as per that subtle wish. So here actually we have to work on our awareness of mind, that what are our wishes. So everybody has a relationship, and by Krishna consciousness or these kind of reading Bhagavad Gita and all, we are on a journey of establishing our relationship and understanding what it is between our soul and Krishna. Okay. So Arjun said, "You are Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest." All the great sages such as Narad, Asit, Deval, Vyas confirm. So earlier we have seen Acharyas confirming, and now we are seeing that sages are also confirming. Narad, Asit, Deval, and Vyas confirm this truth about you, that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Now, Krishna is also saying that I am the ultimate origin of everything. And in Bhagavad Gita, some one place he says, "Aham bij pradata prita." Matlab, I am your grandfather, father, grandfather, grandfather ka grandfather. Like everything which is originated, I am the seed for that. I totally accept as truth that all that you have told me, neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. Now, here again, Arjun is establishing another fact. Once before, he said that it is very difficult to control the mind. And second, you're saying that anybody, even the god, demons and demigods, it is very difficult to understand your personality. And that's why most of us find it, because it is beyond our minute intelligence. Our we have learned that our senses are also defective. We can see only a certain range, we can hear only a certain decibels of sound, and our perceptions are different as per what we want. Sensations in the body are different, and we are into the process of aversion and hatred. So altogether, because our senses are deceptive, and it is established in Bhagavad Gita, we are not able to understand Krishna or the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So I think by this we have covered 13 pages on the superficial front for the introduction. And from 14th, we will cover in the next session. Now, what we can do is, because there's a long, long wait to start the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I think it's been 4 or 5 weeks already. Let us today start the first shloka. So far, if everything is good, or chat has come, I'm not seeing. We are just entering. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Sarah. Is corrected screen shared. Any doubts or any questions? Because I'm going on my own speed. If it is all good, then we can start the first text.
We can start.
Thank you. Yeah. So with the prayers to God, we are starting the first chapter. I just pray that uninterrupted we continue our 18th chapter. So just a small prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So I have prayed here that my senses are very weak to understand your knowledge. So give me those lenses, give me those developed senses to understand. And I've prayed to the gurus and acharyas. Here, first shlok is said by Dhritarashtra. And in the entire Bhagavad Gita, this is the only shlok which is narrated by Dhritarashtra. He says, Dharam Kshetre Kurukshetre Samvetayu Yutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaksheva Kim Kurvat Sanjaya. Now, who is Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra is the king and father of those 97, 98 son, primarily two son who are more famous and are known for their activities in Mahabharat, which is Duryodhan and Dusashan. So he's on the other side who actually doesn't have eyes, and he's the husband of Gandhari. Again, she, because of playing her Patni Dharma, she is also wearing a band, and I'm sure you'll relate. सबने देखा है TV serials में. So what he's saying to Sanjay. Sanjay is who? Sanjay is somebody who's a part of his ministry, and he is actually has got a Divya Drashti, and he can see sitting in one room for thousands of kilometers what is happening. So he's asking Sanjay that after my son and son of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? What is happening now? He wants to know because he cannot go to battlefield. He is blind, and he wants to find out with Sanjay. So now every shlok has here Sanskrit, and the same in this PDF is in English. The same Sanskrit has a English lyrics, and every word has meaning. Every Sanskrit word has meaning. Then there is translation, and then there is purport. Purport means detailed explanation. So what we will do is we'll also refer to the purport, especially in the first chapter, because the translations are very small. Chota chota explanation hai. So now let's understand. This is actually the complete political arrangement in the first chapter. Sri Krishna is not speaking at all here in this first chapter. Here there is a dialogue between Duryodhan, uh, Dhritarashtra, and the other main ministers across. So it is explained as Bhagavad Gita is widely read theistic science and summarized in the Gita Mahatmya. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of one. I'm sorry. Yeah, there it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of people who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjun, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciple succession, without motivated interpretation. Yeah. Then he surpasses all the studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures. Now I'm coming to this topic. The topic discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjay, as described in the Mahabharat from the basic principles for that great philosophy. It is understood that philosophy evolved on the battlefield of this which is sacred. Yeah. Okay, I will quickly explain you the meaning of this actually. What is happening is Dhritarashtra is now worried. Why he is worried? Because he knows that Kurukshetra is a place of dharma. It is written here, na, the word dharma kshetra. What is dharma kshetra? A place where religious rituals are performed. And any place which is high on religious grounds, if any adharma is performed at that place, it will not support the adharma side of it. So he is actually from worried angle. Worried father is now concerned that what my son are doing and what the Pandu sons are doing. Because from the very beginning he knew that Pandu is on the right side. Pandu kids, Pandavas are on the right side, and we are on the wrong side. And now that this battle is happening in Kurukshetra, which is also Dharam Kshetra, we'll see this. He says Dharam Kshetre Kurukshetre. See, the first word is Kurukshetra is the Dharam Kshetra. So he himself knows that this place is pious and it will support the people who are on the right side. So he is worried there. Then he's saying both the Pandavas and sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family. They are all Kurus. Kuru Nandan it is called, right? They are from the same ancestral succession. And but Dhritarashtra mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus. Now, see, this is the mentality. This is called Dhritarashtra mentality. He is saying only his sons as Guru, and he separated the son of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the son of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the necessary plants are taken out. It is expected from the very beginning of this topic that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where father of religion, Sri Krishna was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhan and others would be wiped out and thoroughly religious persons headed by Yudhishthir would establish by the Lord. This is the significance of words Dharmashetra, Kurukshetra, apart from their historic and Vedic importance. So by this we understood our first shloka. And here we understood that there's a typical Dhritarashtra mentality, where despite of he knowing the fact that all who were fighting this battle is actually Kuru Nandan, they're all Kuru ancestral succession, but he's calling only his son as Kuru succession and Pandu Putra. For Pandavas, he's calling Pandu Putra. Now, second shlok. What is Sanjay saying here? दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंजस्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत्. He is saying, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhan went to his teacher and spoke the following words. I think the purport is very big and it is more or less the same. So let's go and just read the translation for the shlok, which doesn't have too much from coming from Krishna and in terms of learning. But here he says that King Duryodhan is going to his teacher and he's talking something. What is he talking? Pashyetam Panduputrāṇāṃ Acharya Mahitim Chamum Vyudham Drupadaputrenam Tavasishyena Dhimata. He's saying, now Duryodhan is saying, O my teacher. Now who is the teacher? We'll understand. Behold the great army of sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Iska we will read the purport. Duryodhan, a great diplomat. Now here we'll understand the typical corporate diplomacies or how manipulations and how battlefields are planned. We'll understand now. First we understood the Dhritarashtra mentality. Now we'll understand Duryodhan mentality in few shlokas. Duryodhan, a great diplomat, wanted to point out defects of Dronacharya. Now Dronacharya is his guru, the great Brahman commander-in-chief. Dronacharya had some political quarrel with the king Drupad, the father of Draupadi. So I'll give you a little story behind this. Drupad is the father of Draupadi. Apart from Draupadi, he has another son, Drishtadyumna. So actually, Dronacharya and Drupad has some political quarrel and disagreements. This was related to their childhood issues, where Drupad was king and Dronacharya, father, I think, was very poor, and he once. Okay, the meeting will end in 10 minutes. If meeting ends in 10 minutes, we will rejoin if the shlokas are still pending. Otherwise, we'll try to complete by 8:45 only. So, Drupad and basically Dronacharya and Drupad has some disagreements in lot of things. So Drupad wanted to kill Dronacharya, but he could not do it by himself. So by he performed a very big austerity. He performed Havan, it is called fire austerity, and there were one kid. He was blessed with a son, Drishtadyumna. The purpose of having this son was only to kill Dronacharya. But Dronacharya, despite of knowing the fact that Drishtadyumna was made only to kill him, he still gave all the knowledge of battlefield because he's a guru, right? So he did not differentiate and he gave all the knowledge. And now Drishtadyumna is the commander-in-chief of the other party, which is Pandavas. And here the commander-in-chief is Bhishma and Dronacharya. So actually it was first appointed Dronacharya, but then Bhishma came. And on the 10th day of the war, when Bhishma was killed, then Dronacharya was appointed as the commander-in-chief of Duryodhan army, right? Kaurava's army. It is called Kauravas and Pandavas, so it will be simple for us to understand. So here, Duryodhan is putting a sarcastic comment that, look, the way you have taught Drishtidyumna, he has arranged it so beautifully. Uh, Now, what is he saying further? Drupad performed a great sacrifice. Yeah, this is the same thing. Benediction of having a son who would be able to kill Dronacharya. And Drishtidyumna took the side of Pandavas. And it was he who arranged the military phalanx after having learned the art of Dronacharya. So he learned everything from Dronacharya and now he's arranged the military very beautifully. So Duryodhana is putting sarcastic comment. This is about the third shloka. Fourth shlok mein, what is the shlok? अन्नशूरा महेश्वास्ता भीमार्जुनः समायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः. Here in this army are many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhim and Arjun. Great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virat and Drupad. Now there is some description of different fighters across. What is the purport? Very small purport. We'll read it. Even though Drishtidyumna was not a very important obstacle in the face of Dronacharya's very great power in the military art, there were many others who were causes of fear. They are mentioned in Duryodhan as great stumbling blocks on the path. Who are they? Actually, Duryodhan now is talking about Pandava's army. That yes, one is Drishtidyumna who has arranged it very beautifully, but Drishtidyumna is still okay. He's not that powerful. We have more powerful fighters or yoddhas, which is Bhim and Arjun. He knew the strength of Bhim and Arjun, and thus he compared with them others. So he's actually more worried about these two yoddhas in the Pandavas army. Shlok and text number 5. Drishtaketu ke akechitan Kashirajasya Veeravan Puruji Kunti Bhojascha Shabhyascha Narapungavaha. What is this? This shloka translation is: there are also great, heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Kechi- Che- Kechitan, is a difficult one, Kasiraj, Purujit, and Kunti Bhoja. Again, is describing about more yoddhas. Shlok number 6. Yudhamanusya Vikranta Uttamaujavascha Viryavan Saubhadro Draupade Ashvascha Sarva Eva Maharatha. So now again some illustration of other yoddhas. Yuddhamanyu, Uttamoja, the son of Subhadra and son of Draupadi. So all of them are available. I'll give you a little idea who is Yuddhamanyu and Uttamoja. Actually, we discussed, right? Drupad has done the fire austerity and Drishtadyumna was produced to kill Dronacharya. Apart from Drishtadyumna, Draupadi was also born. So she is actually a biological sibling of Drishtadyumna in the fire. Draupadi is also daughter of fire and Drupad has made that fire austerity. Apart from that, Yuddhamanyu and Uttamaja are also Drupad's son. So they are brothers of Draupadi. So who all are other side on the Pandava side? Yuddhamanyu, brothers of Draupadi and Uttamaja, and son of Subhadra and son of Draupadi. Subhadra and Draupadi are wives of Arjun. So Arjun and Draupadi ke son and brothers, lot of them as a Yuddhas are fighting on the Pandav sides. Um, Okay, shlok number 7. Asmakam tu vishishtastha yeta nibodh tvijotam nayaka mam sennasya sangyartham tan prabhimite. Translation is: but for your information, O best of Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are specially qualified to lead my military force. So he's saying, but for your information, O best of Brahmajas, let me tell you about the captains. Okay, so far he was talking about Pandavas, that so and so leaders are there, and he's most worried about few Yoddhas, which is Bhima and Arjun, and also brothers of Draupadi and sons of Draupadi, Yuddhamanyu and Uttamoja, and the sons. We know, we will learn about that. Now, shlok number 8. I think only 3 minutes left. So we'll be able to cover one or two more shloks. I think by 10th shlok, we will end this meeting. And next Sunday, we will have starting from 11th shlok of first chapter. First chapter has 46 shlokas. So we will try to make 15 to 20 shlokas. In another two sessions, we'll cover our first chapter. Okay. भवान् भी भवान् भीष्म पञ्चश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थाम विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथा च. Now he's talking about his army. He's saying their personalities like Bhishma, Karan, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and son of Somadatya, called Bhurishrava, who are always victorious in battle. So the history and the pattern is they have always won the battle, and these are the personalities and fighters and yoddhas on my side. Duryodhan mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarna is brother of Duryodhan. So out of those 99 or 100 brothers, I'm not exactly sure. Vikarna is one of them, who is again has the history of victorious. Ashwathama is the son of Drodacharya. Now, there's a very, very interesting story how he was killed. Actually, I will just leave you one hint here. Ashwathama is son of Dronacharya. Dronacharya is the one who had issues with Drupad. And in the battlefield, there was one elephant also. उसका नाम भी अश्वत्थामा था. अगर if you would have heard, you would have known that how very intelligently this news was given to Dronacharya that Ashwathama is killed. And Dronacharya, towards mid of the battle, thought that his son was killed, but actually the news was elephant was killed. And at that point in time, he became shattered, and then he was also attacked by the opposite party. So his son and Sumadita, Bhurishrava, they are all the leaders on the opposite side. I mean to say Kaurava's side. Okay, Shlok 10. अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्वदितमे तेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्. Our strength is immeasurable. Duryodhan is saying our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by Grandmaster Bhishma. Whereas the strength of Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. So now there is this false ego. We call that man buddhi ahankar. So this is that false ego of him coming that, and he's trying to convince himself. We call tricking our mind, right? He is tricking his own mind that look, we are more powerful. And the opposite side, Pandavas knowledge is limited. So by this, we are able to complete 10 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita of first chapter. And as we move forward, because the meeting is going to end in 1 minute, we will start from 11th.